Hello and welcome, country music fans. My name is Ken Matheson, and I'm privileged to bring to you this first live Kicker Country Stampede Pick to Play Contest live stream from Nashville, Tennessee. Before we get started, though, I'd like to say a couple of special thanks, particularly Shelley Mullins and Jeff McMahon that are making sure this thing works on this end. And then back in Kansas, Wayne Rouse, who runs the Stampede, and his social media person, Shelby Ebert. So thank you guys very much. And thank you, Blaine Younger, for having this idea many months ago. And finally getting to see this thing come to be. Also, we have a very accomplished Nashville songwriter that I'll introduce later. You're going to enjoy this. So anyway, kick the tires enough. Let's give this show a ride. I'm sure most of you are watching are great country music fans, and probably the majority of you are familiar with the Country Stampede. But for those who aren't, the Kicker Country Stampede is in its 25th year. On the main stage, every major artist you have ever heard of has played. Blake Shelton, Jason Aldean's, Luke Bryan, Jake Owens, Miranda, everybody. The headliners this year are Luke Combs, Sam Hunt, and Riley Green. So that gets you excited. You don't have a ticket. What's stopping you? Get out there and get the ticket and bring all your friends. What I do there, 13 years ago, I was asked to produce the songwriter stage. And about 8 years ago, we started a song contest. Now, on the stage, it's all original music. Everything that you hear when you come out to watch a performer on that stage is something they have written. We've had writers from Nashville, local writers. We've had many hit songwriters on our stage. A couple that come to mind, Lance Carpenter, who wrote a song for Kelsey Ballerini that kind of launched her career, Love Me Like You Mean It, Aaron Enderlin, Eric Dillon, Bridget Tatum, and Amanda Williams, who's had a couple of Garth cuts. So we get some good talent there, whether they come out of Nashville or not. So while you're at the Stampede, come out and see these guys. They're very accessible. But anyway, back to the Pick to Play contest. It started 8 years ago, and everybody who plays on that stage gets to enter a song in this contest. It starts way back in March and finishes just ahead of the Stampede. As a matter of fact, there's still 1 week left for you to go out and vote. So get out there on the countrystampede.com site and vote for these guys. There's a tab that says songwriting contest, and it'll take you right to it and listen to the songs and pick one you like. Anyway, we're down to the final four, and that's who we're going to have play for you their song that's in the Stampede this evening. And ultimately, two of these kids will get to perform on the main stage and open for one of those headliners, a Luke Combs or a Sam Hunt or a Riley Green. So it's a big deal. So that being said, I mentioned before that we have a pretty accomplished songwriter here in Nashville. And I'll just tell you a little bit about him. He's a second generation songwriter. His dad was also a very accomplished songwriter here in Nashville. Matter of fact, in 1992, they went head to head for a CMA award, and one lost to the other, which is kind of happy, sad, I guess. But this songwriter has a total of 20 million records sold to his credit. He's written hits for, and I could list out bunches of them, but I just picked four. George Jones, Trace Atkins, Ray Stevens, and John Snyder, Bo Duke. For you that are old enough to remember the Dukes of Hazzard, that's the guy. He's actually got a music career going here in Nashville as well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Max T. Barnes, and he's going to. Hey, Max.
Hey, Ken, keep reading. I sound pretty good.
Do you? Well, like I said, I had to cut everything short because I only had a couple minutes to do this. But I could go on and on about this guy, and I can tell you he's a good one. So, Max, I'm going to turn this over to you and let you introduce and talk to these songwriters that are final four finalists. And with that, it's all you.
Thank you, Ken. We've got a special day for y'all. We're going to have a lot of fun. Welcome everybody to the 2021 Kicker Country Stampede Song Contest live Instagram show. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I can tell you that country music is in good hands. We got some really talented folks here today. But let's just cut through all that and get right to our first feller. This is a young man named Kevin McCoy. Now, Kevin is a singer-songwriter with a style that lands somewhere between Bruce Springsteen and Ronnie Millsap, sort of a Bruce Millsap, if you will. And he's got R&B influences that are apparent when he sings, and there's just an unmistakable country music style that he has. And his latest single, Moonlight, is currently charting on Music Row Radio, and it's also being spun on Billboard radio stations. Now, he's got another song called Blue Collar, and it's going to be hitting radio this summer. So y'all get out there and call your radio stations and ask for this young fella, Kevin McCoy. So without further ado, let's go to Kevin and let's hear his song. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Where are you, a million miles away?
Yeah, it feels like it. About 4 hours.
Well, best of luck to you. I can't wait to hear this. I've heard it before, and the folks are going to love it. So y'all just rip into it.
All right, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Blue Collar. Got a long day, got a paycheck, burning a hole in my pocket. Listen, Friday, I got my baby. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke them if you got them. Get my 40 hours plus some OTs. This one's going up to you and me. Yeah, let's do the blue collar, black collar, stretching that dollar, working fast. Up the stairs, rub his tail, work hard, play hard, and kicking ass. He's looking for the trouble, just get right. Raising up, mountains up, dog. Here's to the red, white, and blue collar. I got a hometown, rat and crap, rolling up our sleeves, getting dirty. Guys like us, the cut up, and girls all over looking pretty. We vibe it up when the sun goes down. The only proof we got is no jackass is allowed. It's to the blue collar, black collar, stretching that dollar, working fast. Up stairs, rub his tail, work hard, play hard, kicking ass. And looking for the trouble, just getting right. Raising up and bounce up, dog. Here's to the red, white, and blue collar. It's to the blue collar. Oh yeah, just you and me, just you and me. Ooh, we got a blue collar. Ooh, it's to the blue collar. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's to the blue collar, black collar, stretching that dollar, working fast. Drug spells, rub his tail, work hard, play hard, and making ass. And looking for the trouble, just getting right. Raise above and bounce up, dog. Here's to the red, white, and blue collar. Oh yeah, yeah. Ooh, oh. Let's do the blue collar. Yeah. Motors Brewery.
Hey, good stuff, boys. Good stuff. Nice song. Very
Thanks,
nice.
buddy.
Now, Kevin, tell me about your buddy there singing harmony. Tell me what do you guys got going? That's
Well,
nice
this is my lead guitar player, man. His name is Lee Dixon. We started a band about 9 years ago. So he's like my right-hand man, one of my best friends on this planet.
Well, very good. Now, I hear you have your own band, so you got your own whole deal going on.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Very good.
Rocking it out.
Now, Kevin, I have a lot of friends, like I've spent the last 7 years in Ireland, and you've got an Irish name. Are you in contact with your Irish roots, McCoy, or is that Scottish?
Man, I'll tell you what, obviously I'm a redhead, so I don't really know. I'm actually adopted, so I don't really know.
Well, we'll just go on with Ireland or Scotland. We'll just
hey, wherever they're drinking, man, I'm good.
Well, I tell you, the Irish love country music, and I know a lot of them are watching right now through my feed. So, congratulations! That's a really nice song. Can you tell me what was it like? Have you? I know you've got some new songs out. Have you got to hear them on the radio yet?
Yes, actually I have. And what's really cool is some of my friends throughout the United States, they send me videos of like them driving to work with me being on the radio. So it's pretty cool. Minneapolis, Virginia, and upstate New York, all over the place.
Hoboken.
Where's that? Is that part of the United States?
That's Hoboken, New York. So tell me I know people ask me this all the time, and it's surreal when first time you get to hear your own song on the radio. What's that like? Tell the folks.
Well, it is surreal. You're right. And as you know, it's just, it's very humbling. And it's super exciting. Just because we can go see other people that we've never would be able to meet, honestly,
Isn't it great? Aren't the country music fans the best part of doing all this?
Oh, they're the best. I mean, and everyone's so humble and kind. Yeah.
Well, tell
That's
me
another
this.
song.
Tell me this. How long you been writing songs? Did you get into it when you were a kid and start writing rhymes?
Yeah, actually, I did. I used to write like on the way home from vacation and annoy my parents. And of course, they're just as good as they are now. But we started a band, and we were a cover band for a long time, and it was like, well, this is enough. We write music. Let's write some songs. So we wrote some songs, and I took my songwriting abilities to Nashville, Tennessee, and it's
so awesome to see the level of songwriting increase over the last couple of years with Kevin going down to Nashville and things like that. It's been super cool to hear the really awesome new material that's coming out that you're writing and stuff like that. I'm pretty fortunate to be able to play it for sure.
And this song was written with Mason Douglas, who shout out to Mason Douglas. He's a good friend of mine, mentor of mine, and we got a new song coming to radio probably in the fall. Him and I.
Very good. What's the name of that one?
This was called Big Old City. It's a party song for sure.
Big Old City. You gonna have a video or anything on that?
Oh yeah. And check out Blue Collar video too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do that for sure. Now, where can folks get a hold of you on the Instagram and their hick hack or the mid mob or whatever you call that stuff?
Yeah, man. Anything Kevin McCoy Band. Everything is Kevin McCoy Band. Website, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. There's Honda Rhonda. One of our good friends, Honda Rhonda. But anything Kevin McCoy Band, yeah.
Very good. Now, before I let you fellers go, tell me where you're playing next so the folks can come out and see you.
Next we are playing somewhere in Cincinnati.
Friday night, Upper Deck on Kellogg Avenue in Cincinnati, right on the river, right on the beautiful Ohio River. 8:30 p.m.
And then the next stop is up in Kansas.
Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Well, boys, it was great to meet you. I know the folks, if they're anything like me, they enjoyed your song because it's a nice one. So leave us with a parting thought.
Parting thought.
We'll get back to you. Submit it in writing.
There you go.
Well, boys, you come by next time you're in Nashville. I know you're out on the road now having a big success. So next time you're in Nashville, look me up and we'll have a beer on my porch.
Thank
That
you.
sounds good, Hoss. I will.
Thanks, boys. Good to see you. Back to you, Ken.
There we are. Hey, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you. Love you, buddy. That beer on the porch, Max, I hope that includes some of this pizza that we're eating tonight. It's some pretty good stuff. While you're at the Stampede, you can see Kevin play on our stage, the songwriter stage, at 5 o'clock on Saturday. And later on that night, he's going to play the other side stage at 9 o'clock. So the next person we have coming up for you is going to be Blaine Younger. Blaine Younger is here in Nashville, a good friend of mine. He's been in Nashville about 5 years now. So if Blaine is ready, can we switch over to Blaine and Max?
Well,
there everybody is.
thank you, Ken.
Blaine, all you, buddy.
Blaine, how are you? We're having a little trouble with the audio. So while we get that squared away,
we got it.
I'm gonna read a little bit from your bio, if you don't mind.
Cool, man.
Okay. Blaine Younger, everybody. Blaine is a singer from a heartland, which I imagine is the Midwest.
Yeah.
And he's written hundreds of songs over the past 4 years here in Nashville. And his songs are a sound of the 90s country and the 80s rock. And Blaine was the winner of the NSAI Song Contest in 2016 with a song called Patty Oasis. I went to school with her. She's a nice Irish girl. And many of his original songs have been cut by up-and-comers in Music City. And he's being pitched all over, I'm told, on this bio. You're just hot, Blaine. You just...
Working on it.
Dang. You're a nice fella. And, I don't want to just take up all the time, so you just rip right into it and give us all you got. I can't wait to hear this.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. Hopefully most of you went out and voted and listened to this tune on countrystampede.com, but we're excited to see you all up at Stampede again. So here it comes. It's called Get So High. I wrote this with Dallas Remington and Jonathan Olivers. Steeples, feeding mills, and football lights tower over everything in sight. From a far off, flat little heartland town, you can only get so high. High school sweethearts and dead-end jobs, driving lifetime Chevys till the wheels fall off. Hand-me-down ground you never sell, 'cause you can only get so high. Walls get built, roots grow deep, you fall in love with simple, 'cause you can't help but think, who have I become? Who could I have been? And am I all I'm ever gonna be? Don't need no bed John boss to buzz. I need more than just enough. Round here you can try to reach the stars, but you can only get so high. Walls get built, roots grow deep, you fall in love with simple, but you can't help but think, who have I become? Who could I have been? And am I all I'm ever gonna be? Is there really a right or wrong? If I cut ties with my life, even change at all? Or is the whole world a flat little heartland town where you can only get so high?
That's nice. That's some nice guitar playing too.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Now tell us where y'all out of. You from the heartland? That could be anywhere. I'm from the Liverland with all the beer I drink. But
Well, no, I'm actually from Kansas, where the Stampede is, but a little town called Victoria, Kansas. I grew up there, and I actually went to K-State in Manhattan, Kansas, my college years, and lived in Olathe for quite a while too. So all over Kansas. But
good Midwestern boy. Now with a name like Younger, people are going to ask, "Hey, are your ancestors part of that Cole Younger gang that ran with Jesse James?"
I get it all the time, and every time I say I'm going to look that up someday, but probably I don't know.
You didn't. I looked it up, and you're fine. You're going to be all right.
Okay.
Well, now tell me, you've written a ton of songs. Have you got a good bit of them on the radio? Have you heard your songs on the radio yet?
Back in the day when I was doing the artist thing, we had some stuff on the radio. Right now, I've been lucky enough to have some great up and comers record some of our stuff, and some of them have been played on the radio, but getting a lot of spins on Spotify and all the other streamers. So real excited about that. So
very cool. What's your favorite thing about writing songs?
Oh man, a lot of times it's that first 30 minutes to an hour you catch up and just able to hang with your friends and then just landing on that idea and just I think that it's more about the people and the community for me.
I'm with you. A lot of people ask me. I spent 30 years as a songwriter on Music Row, and they said, "Did you write a lot of songs by yourself?" And I say no, because if you spend 30 years on Music Row writing songs by yourself, it'd be like solitary confinement.
Yeah, right.
Like getting to hang with your buddies and laugh and stuff. So tell the folks where does the songwriter get his ideas? Like, where do they come from? I get to ask this all the time, and I'd love to hear it from you. Where do they come from?
Man, a lot of it. I mean, I was talking to a buddy the other day, and he was like, I'm driving. I think when you finally let yourself slow down, he was like, I've been driving in my car for 2 hours the other day, and all of a sudden this stuff started flooding in, and I don't think we slowed down enough. I went back to a family reunion just this past weekend, got back to my roots, and man, I wrote down all kinds of stuff. And I just think it's vacations and putting yourself out in situations and living and drawing in from, everyday people. And that's really where I get a lot of my stuff.
I'd say that'd be a perfect answer. Can I copy and paste that and tell everyone?
Yeah, man.
Well, very good. Now, are you married? You got, 15 kids? What's going on?
Yeah, 2 at a time, and that is enough for now. I've got twin 8-year-old boys and a beautiful wife, Susie, and we live over here in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. So,
well, very good. Now, now you're writing songs in Nashville. I got to ask you, I love telling people this when they come to Nashville. They say, "Where should we eat? What's your favorite restaurant?"
Ooh, where should we eat? East Nashville is a hot spot over there. I always like that Pharmacy Burger. That's a great spot. And being from Kansas City, I love barbecue. So Martin's Barbecue all over town is really good too. So those are a couple of my spots. There's all kinds of more. Nothing's coming to mind right now. But yeah,
I'm throwing you some curveballs.
You are.
Now, do you do a lot of co-writing or a lot of writing by yourself?
Yeah, always co-writing. I wish I wrote more by myself, and that'd be some advice I'd give to, because it's easy to lose yourself in what you can do. So I try to stick with that and make sure I, bring to the table what I can bring to the table and keep those skills sharp, but mostly co-writes.
Well, Blaine, tell everybody your home address so we can send you songs to pitch for us. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, listen, you're young, you're handsome, dang it, you've got all the talent. What are you gonna do from now? What's the next thing you're gonna leave this place and you're just gonna go be a star? What's the next thing you got on your plate?
Geez, I hope so. I'm really concentrating on the songwriting thing. I do get out and play songwriter rounds and things like Stampede. I don't know, I've toyed around with releasing music again, but we'll see. but just really concentrating on songwriting and getting in with the next big thing, you know, those artists out there and great talents and just songwriters, and just trying to write that best song, you know, still fishing every day, like a buddy said, just throwing lines out and working towards that number one or the best song, you know, you could ever write. So that's what's going on with me, man. So
that's just the right attitude. Now tell me how many songs you reckon you've written.
Yeah, somebody was asking me that the other day. I've got to figure I write, 100. I mean, I've been here 5 years. It's got to be over 500 and into 1,000, I would think, you know.
Dang.
It is crazy. Yeah.
How many songs a day do you write?
Now, I mean, I write 2 or 3 times a week. So, but I've been here 5 years now, and I've been writing since I've been 18.
The math, carry the one.
Dude,
I don't know. That's a lot of songs.
Yeah, and like we say, we start a lot of them, we don't finish a lot of them, but there's all kinds of them out there. You know, only 10% of them actually hang out and you remember. So if that, you know. Well,
tell me this, and before I let you go, I'm just curious. Like, people ask me all the time. They might mention through your career and stuff. They'll say, "Well, they'll hear some great song on the radio, and they'll say, I could have written that." And I kind of tell them, try it. It's harder than it looks. Tell me what you think of that.
Yeah, it's very hard. And a lot of that is right place and right time and knowing the right people, man. And that's why I feel like you got to be in Nashville and out there networking every day, and to make those chances and that luck a little easier and come to you. So that's what I have to say for that.
Well, Blaine, it was a delight to get to hear from you, and I know all the folks will want to know how to get in touch with you. Where can they get you on the Grib Grab and the Mim Mam? And
most of my stuff's at Younger Songs.
Younger Songs, is that .com or what?
No, I don't have a website. I just do the Instagram, Facebook. I'm trying to throw some stuff out on TikTok. But most importantly, come say hi at Stampede. I'm just looking forward to having a beer with everybody and getting back to the roots and having some fun up there. So.
Well, that's what is that? 80,000 beers you're going to have?
Yeah, it's a lot. There's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be great. Yeah.
Well, Blaine, you're a nice young gentleman. It was great to get to meet you. And the invitation is open. Next time you're up my way, come and I'll give you a beer and we'll sit on the porch. I'd like to talk to you.
Sounds like a blast, Max. I appreciate you doing this, man.
All right. Well, God bless. And we're going to sling it right over back to Ken. Ken, what do you got up there?
Well, I'm going to tell you, first of all, thank you, Blaine. Great job. I just realized that, I'm from Kansas. Blaine's from Kansas. The next duo that I'm going to introduce is also from Kansas. So we got you all outnumbered. But come see Blaine play on the songwriter stage Saturday at 5 o'clock, actually just right ahead of the Kevin McCoy band that was on earlier. And then let's see, Blaine is going to play the main VIP stage Thursday at 3 o'clock. So if you're in the VIP area and it's dinner time or lunchtime for you, you'll see Blaine and some of his friends performing in the VIP tent. So I'm not sure if the next group is ready to go or not, but the next group is also from Kansas. They're called Matfield Green. And you guys ready? You boys there?
Yep.
There they are. This is Matfield Green. So Max, I'm going to turn it back to you, and you're really outnumbered. There's a lot of Kansas kids around here today.
Kansas.
All right, Max, all yours.
Well, thank you. Well, I was born in Omaha, so we're dang near neighbors.
Oh man, I love Omaha.
Well, hello, Matfield Green. Now, I don't know who is Matfield and who's Green, so I'm going to let you explain who's Green and who's Matfield. So go ahead and tell us who's who.
We do get that question a lot. It's up in the air. But I'm Ian Mullins.
I'm Jackson Gulick. But neither of us are Matfield Green, actually.
Depends on the day.
So you're Jackson Gulick and you're Ian Mullins, yeah?
Right.
So where'd the green come from?
So it's actually a little town out in Kansas.
Okay.
It's a little ode to our home state.
It's about, 42 people?
It's a smaller one, yeah. For sure.
You went with the numbers. Now, if anybody, it's hard to pick a band name. And I remember when I was a kid trying to put bands together and you go, what about this name or that name? And everybody goes, oh, that's stupid. Like the Beatles or the Eagles. That sounds goofy. So, I mean, you boys, I've heard your song when these things were submitted, and you guys are talented. You got some great harmony. I can't wait to hear it. And I'm just gonna read a little off your bio, and then we'll just rip right into it like there's no tomorrow. All right?
That sounds good.
Perfect.
All right. Well, folks, Matt Field Green is a country radio duo based out of Nashville with influence ranging from Merle Haggard to John Mayer. Their music is a fusion of many genres and generations, but they call modern country home. Both originally from Kansas, Jackson and Ian are both excited to come back and play the Country Stampede a fourth time. Dang, you guys pretty much pay rent there.
Darn near. So much fun. They keep getting us back because, man, it's addicting.
Well, very good. Now, like I said, I've heard y'all's song, and I can't wait for the folks to hear it. So just rip right into it, and good luck, boys.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Baby, I know that we ain't just killing time, so it didn't really come as some big surprise. When you asked me where we're headed, from here there's only one direction. Since I fell for you, never felt so high. 'Cause I can see our house from here. Yeah, the future's looking pretty damn clear. And when we're walking hand in hand, I'm a better man. I just want you to know where I stand. From slipping on a diamond ring to kids laughing on a front porch swing. Yeah, what's mine is yours. Girl, you deserve my best for the rest of our years. Oh, yeah, I can see our house from here. Well, baby, yeah, I don't mean to come on too strong. Now I'm thinking it's what you've been waiting on. 'Cause girl, that look is an open book. I can read between the lines. Sitting there with you's the only view I want. 'Cause I can see our house from here. Yeah, the future's looking pretty damn clear. And we're walking hand in hand. I'm a better man. I just want you to know where I stand. From slipping on a diamond ring to kids laughing on a front porch swing. Yeah, what's mine is yours. Girl, you deserve my best for the rest of our years. Oh, yeah, I can see our house from here. Girl, I know there ain't no rush. We got our whole lives ahead of us. Gonna take my time, get this right for you. 'Cause I can see our house from here. Yeah, the future's looking pretty damn clear. And we're walking hand in hand. I'm a better man. I just want you to know where I stand. Slipping on a diamond ring, kids laughing on a front porch swing. Yeah, what's mine is yours. Girl, you deserve my best for the rest of our years. Oh, yeah, I can see our house from here. Oh, baby, I can see our house from here.
Hold on. I'll be with you in a minute, just stealing your stuff. Okay, I'm ready. Man, you guys are good. I don't know what you're doing out there in Kansas, but you got it right. Good harmony.
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Super. Now, where do y'all come from? Now, my dad was a carpenter and a truck driver when he lived in Omaha, and he brought that hard work ethic to his songwriting. Tell me about how that works with you guys. What have you guys been into? What did you grow up in some sort of feed mill? That's what everybody thinks from Kansas, you know.
I'm from Meriden, Kansas. It's a little town outside of Topeka.
And I'm from Shawnee, Kansas, which is a little outside of Kansas City.
Y'all out there wrangling the tumbleweeds?
Oh, absolutely.
Them things are huge, and they come from all over just to get your car at about 70 miles an hour. They're big, ain't they? Now,
Yes, sir.
how far is it? Like, I've spent a lot of time out there hunting and on writing getaways and things like that. It's about 5 hours if you want to go get a Coke somewhere. Isn't it just like flat? And what's going on out there? There's just nobody out there except you two guys.
Out west. Yeah,
That's true. Yeah, the West is where it's a lot farther to civilization, but
Gotta drive out to Colorado. That's a rough one. I don't know. It's a flat drive.
Man, driving through those Flint Hills, though, beautiful country.
It is. It really is. Now tell me about this last song you guys just sang. Did you guys write that together? What happened there?
We did. We actually wrote it with a good buddy named Ryan Bowie, who's also a songwriter here in town. And we're hanging out at the house one night. We had this hook and kind of started batting it around and wound up with House from Here.
We were writing that thing till I think 3 a.m. that night. All the roommates were asleep, so we were out in the laundry room sitting on the washer and dryer trying to be quiet, writing the song. But we got it knocked out.
When that's a number one, that'll be a great story to tell. Now tell me, fellas, how many songs you reckon you've written together or alone or in the laundry room, whatever, how that works for you?
Yeah, I've lived in Nashville about 5 years now.
Yeah, I'm about 6. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we write together a lot, hundreds at least, just
Oh,
together
for sure.
alone,
and then probably hundreds separately as well.
So true, yeah.
Isn't Nashville a great place to come and do music? I mean, it's like the big leagues, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
I mean, everybody down here is, got talent one way or another.
It's AAA. And tell me, would you say, and I know it was like this in my day, but I'm an old, grumpy old feller, but you guys are young and vibrant. But tell me, is it still like it was? And just lie to me if it's not. Just tell me, are the folks here in the South, are they helpful and they want to help you write your songs and, quick to make friends? Is it still a good community like it used to be? Tell me about that.
I personally think so. I've always called it's like a big town with a small town feel because really the people are great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've always felt like the country music community or the music community, we got a lot of people from LA and New York, but they kind of still fit in with us. But it's great to be a part of almost a brotherhood or sisterhood or sisters and brothers. I don't understand. Anyway, I wanted to ask you guys, have you been able to hear one of your songs on the radio yet?
Not yet, but fingers crossed.
Well, just burn you a CD and pretend.
There we go. I'm guilty. I have done that one.
Now tell me, fellas, are y'all married? You got girlfriends? You got 8 kids? What's going on with you? The people want to know because them young ladies are looking at you going, boys, you're looking good.
I am getting married in November.
All right, he's off. What about you, young fella?
My number is 1, 2, 3.
All right. Well, that's great. Now, tell me, when you started writing songs, what did you think I want to know, did you think it was going to be one way and it's like you go, oh, it's nothing to what I thought? Tell me about that.
Shoot. Yeah, we actually had that happen. We were writing with a couple buddies and we've had a couple different starts on a few songs and we had this idea called Unspoken Thing and we were like, this isn't really going anywhere with the way we're taking it, but we ended up taking 3 different song starts that we had and meshed them into one song. And we were like, well, hey, it works.
Actually worked out pretty well. Yeah.
It did. I like what we came up with.
That's a brilliant way of putting it. I always tell people, It's kind of like having an old junkyard full of cars, and you can go pick parts off them if you're restoring one. And you just take the bumper off this and the starter off that, and you got lots of ideas that you can mash together. Now, are you guys playing live? You got your own band? What's going on there?
You want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we've been playing around town, some kind of getting back into it now with everything back open up. But we're definitely excited to come back to Kansas. We've got a few shows lined up along the way too, so
absolutely
looking forward to it.
Very good. Now, when you play your hometown, do people just come out and you got all sorts of your family and friends, and they just chip in and back you guys really well? Probably got a big following there at home, don't you?
We do, yeah, man. That's definitely my favorite part about playing back in Kansas is just getting to catch up with all the old friends and family and getting to play on the new songs. And man, everybody's been so supportive. It's been awesome.
Very good. Now, tell me this. What's the weirdest song you ever wrote?
Let's see.
Do we say it?
Are you thinking the same? I'm thinking Naked in Mexico.
Oh, that wasn't the one I was thinking, but yeah. Good old.
Tell me the one you're
song
thinking.
with Ken Matisse in here and called Naked in Mexico. That is probably one of the weirdest.
Everybody's got a good story. What was the other one you didn't want to say? Tell me. The world wants to know.
Oh, we've got a song called MILF.
Well, we'll just go back to Naked in Mexico. Then.
Man, I love Fridays.
All right, now, before I let you go, everybody wants to know where to get a hold of you. Where can they buy your records and stuff? Where can they get a hold of this Matt Field Green they love so much? Give it to me.
Well, on Instagram, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. What, Matt Field Green Music, or is it just Matt Field Green?
Matt Field Green Music.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then we're on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music and all that.
Great. Are you guys going to, besides the Topeka, Kansas big gig, are you guys going to be playing here in Nashville anywhere I can come see you?
Awesome. Well, we were supposed to play tonight and it got canceled. That was the next one that was on the books.
Well, I don't know that we have any outside of that scheduled right now.
Not right now.
Well,
hopefully soon.
We'll let you know.
Let me extend an invitation to you to come sing on my porch, and I'll get you a beer.
Sounds great.
That sounds like a plan.
Well, very good. Well, boys, it's been my pleasure, and y'all make great music. And I ain't just saying that I could lie, but I don't have to.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, boys, and we're gonna just cut right back to old Ken and see what he has to say. Thank you, boys. Take care.
Thank you.
Max, I'm going to tell you, if you're going to keep inviting these guys over for beer, you better have one big refrigerator because I know these kids. But anyway, you want to see Matt Field Green play on at the Stampede. They'll be on the songwriter stage at 6:45 on Thursday. Come out and see us. When the main stage is not playing, we are. So there's music nonstop at the Stampede. And you're more than welcome to stick around after the show, meet these guys. They want to meet you. It's important to them. They're also playing on the other side stage at 2 o'clock on Thursday, and I think they're on a VIP tent. Let's see. I don't have that right here in front of me that I can see, but there we go. Main VIP at 3 o'clock on Saturday, so they're playing about once a day. Short story about Jackson there. But first of all, hey Jack. His dad, he's helped me with this Stampede for a lot of years and has been instrumental in getting this thing running smoothly, and I appreciate him. And another shout out to Dave Thompson, who helps out with it immensely too. But anyway, I was going to tell you about Jackson. I met him at an NSAI meeting in Kansas City. I used to drive from Manhattan to Kansas City way back, and I met him, and he was in high school, maybe a junior, maybe a sophomore, young. And then you know how they go around the room and everybody sings a song and they critique it. And he just floored me. I thought, this kid knows how to write, and and that's why he's here. He's a good writer. So anyway, we've got one more participant of the songwriting contest left, the final four. The fourth one is Zach Blair. He's a local boy here. Lives just east of town a little bit, and his name is Zach Blair. And I don't know if they've got him ready or not. Zach, you there, buddy? There he is. There you go. There's your cute guy, girls. So, Zach, can you hear me? Are you good? I can't hear you. Hopefully somebody else can. Anyway, Max, if you're there, I'm going to turn it back over to you. And good luck, Zach.
Hey, thank you, boss.
Well, thank you, Ken. Hi, Zach. We're going to talk about you now. You okay with that?
Hey, that sounds great by me, man. Thank you for having me.
Very good. Now, listen, Ken touched on something pretty important. Is if you're out there watching these fellers and you get to go to the big concert and watch these folks perform, go up and say hey and shake their hands. You know, that it's that little bit of encouragement that might just put a feller over the top, you know. And I can tell you, writing songs is a lonely business, and any sort of encouragement you could really you could be almost part of the song, you know, their next hit song. So that'd be really cool, and it's a good thing to do. So Zach, we're going to talk about you. Zach Blair is a singer songwriter from Nashville. He was raised here in nearby Mount Juliet. He had a stellar basketball career, and he attained first team all honors at MTSU. Then he was in the music business school, and he's got an album out called let's see, it don't say here, but he's got a single out called "Candle to You," and he's getting played all over the place from New York to California. So I can't wait to hear you do this. Now I've heard your video and your song, and it's good stuff. So I can't wait. So let's rip right into it, and you just dazzle us there, Zach.
Hey, well, I'll try my best, man. Thank y'all for having me, and thank you for anyone who's tuning in. So it's called "Candle to You." If you were a feeling, you'd be blue sky diving, 'cause you've got me falling, but it feels like flying. If my heart was a box full of vinyl rock and roll, just in case you didn't know, girl, you'd be my Abbey Road. I know there's 4 billion other girls in the world, yes I do, but not a single one of them could ever hold a candle to you. Hold a candle to you. If I were a book, you'd be words on my pages. If you were my last dollar, girl, I'd save it. Anytime, any place, anywhere that ain't with you. It's like looking at the ocean from a room without a view. I know there's 4 billion other girls in the world, yes I do, but not a single one of them could ever hold a candle to you. Hold a candle to you. Anytime, any place, anywhere that ain't with you, it's like looking at the ocean from a room without a view. 'Cause I know there's 4 billion other girls in the world, yes I do, oh, but not a single one of them could ever hold a candle to you. Hold a candle to you. Hold a candle to you. No one could hold a candle to you. There it is.
Excellent job.
Hey,
Country music is in good hands, Zach.
Hey, well, thank you, man. That means a lot coming from you.
Well, thank you. Now, how many songs you reckon you've written?
Man, I would say I'm building my catalog anywhere pushing between 60 and 100 songs at this point, man. There's a lot of songs that I wish were finished and that are somewhere in the archives for now that I'm sure will either get finished or not get finished. A lot that I hope don't get finished, but I'm just working every day trying to keep building that catalog and keep it going.
Well, like we talked with the last fella, a lot of them songs will become parts donors, and you can steal little parts off those and make bigger songs. That's a good lick. Now tell me, you're from Mount Juliet. That's just across the lake from me. You could probably almost see my house from here, like one of the other folks. But you're what they call here in Nashville a unicorn. Mount Juliet is Nashville. It's Greater Nashville. And you're from here. Now tell us about that. What's it like growing up in the Greater Nashville area?
Man, I've actually been lucky enough to grow up in the music capital of the world. A lot of my relatives and my parents were actually originally from West Virginia, and my dad, about probably 20 years ago, moved to Nashville chasing the music dream as well. And I'm really lucky and thankful that he did because, growing up in this city and just around all the talent, I feel like has really helped push me and, encourage me to kind of keep it going and take it to a new level. So I'm just extremely, extremely lucky to grow up in this city.
Well, it says here on your bio that you had a stellar basketball career. Now, what are you, like 12'9"? What are you, real tall?
Man, I'm on a good day about 6'6'1". If I was maybe a little taller, I might have might still be playing. If I'm being honest with you, but honestly, I love basketball and I played all through high school. I was lucky enough to get some cool achievements and recognition for it, but I've really taken my passion and work ethic from playing sports and playing ball and just translated that to music, man. Because I've loved music my whole life, and playing guitar. I've just kind of started taking that and running with it, man.
I was going to ask you if that translated into songwriting. So you answered that. That's a good one. I'm not that tall. I'm maybe 5'7" or so, but in Ireland, people think I'm Shaq. I'm tall over there. So,
hey, absolutely.
Can you dunk?
On a good day, I can dunk. Actually, I back in the day, I actually, oddly enough, I could not dunk when I was in high school, and then as I got older and just kept working out, I work for a moving company part-time, so I do a lot of strenuous activities. So later on I figured out I could dunk. I was like, man, where was this in high school?
Well, tell us, you went to MTSU and you studied music business.
Yes, sir.
Did you happen to study under Beverly Keel or Melissa Wald?
Both of those names I know. I met Beverly, and I'm not sure about the other one, but I know Beverly Keel was a really nice lady. Really nice.
Tell us what it's about for folks who don't know. You can come to Nashville or Murfreesboro. That's greater Nashville, and get some kind of music degrees, kind of music business degrees. What's it like to go to college to learn music business? What's that like?
Well, I'd say there's a lot of different aspects of it. You meet a lot of great people and like-minded individuals who are, passionate about it and really chasing the same dream. So if nothing else, I feel like, attending MTSU was really fantastic for networking and meeting a lot of people with the same, goals and intentions that I have. And I love MTSU, man. I really have met a lot of great people there, and people have really helped me put me on a little further down on the path I'm chasing. So
I would say I'm glad to hear that. I always figured that the connections you make in songwriting and in Music City in every walk of life, they do help you further down the path. And you've probably networked and met a lot of people who are true friends who you guys can help each other. So would you say networking here in Nashville, you're like pretty much the only Nashville native we have here today. Can you help folks out with that? What's that like? The networking and stuff.
Well, I would say, in Nashville, especially growing up in Nashville, you'll see just so great of talent and people who are some of the most talented individuals that you'll ever see. And sometimes, talent doesn't necessarily translate to how big someone is. You'll see people who are the best of the best, and and still chasing that hit or chasing that dream, but you know, I feel like it's really been just beneficial for me. And I'm so thankful for so many different people who have really kind of taken me under their wing and have allowed me to learn from their experiences and learn from their either mistakes they made, you know, that have allowed me to kind of be a little step up in the game where, you know, anytime I can learn and listen, I'm always thankful to do that and always just blessed to be able to do that.
Very good. Now you're a young feller. You're just start. I mean, you got a lot under your belt, but you're still young. Tell the folks how aged you are.
I am 22 years young.
22. You got the whole world in front of you. That's really cool. So, where do you hope to be in a year from now? What's that going to look like?
Well, I sure hope, you know, to be healthy and still making music, playing music, you know, just doing what I love. You know, a couple years back, you know, I feel like when I really, really committed to music and making it my all and my passion, man, it's been a day-to-day grind and a passion where it's been great for me to be able to do that. And it gives me a little outlook for the world where I can, you know, kind of find a place to, you know, kind of calm my mind sometimes and get lost in my music, where it's just been a great place to be able to do that. So I'm just thankful to be here, man, and just for all the opportunities from Heartland and Ken and Miss Shelley and so many different people in this room, man, who have really gone out of their way to help me, and I'm just beyond thankful.
Well, you're a gracious young man, Zach Blair. We're proud to have you. Now, before we let you go, tell us which is harder on the for your injured knee. Is that basketball or songwriting? Songwriting's easier on the knee, isn't it?
Absolutely. It definitely is.
The old hamstrings.
Oh yeah, easier on the soul. Yeah, for sure.
Very good. Now after that song, everybody's gonna want to know where to get a hold of you. Tell us all the gim gam and the mlib blab and the crip crap and
the whole 9 yards, man.
Yeah, tell us everything.
Well, go stream that if you don't mind, on Spotify, Apple Music, pretty much any streaming service. You can go stream Candle to You, and that was actually a part of an EP. So go check the whole thing out and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all at Zach Blair Music.
Very good, and I'll let you. Before I let you go when we wrap it up, tell us a little parting comment from Zach Blair.
Well, I just really appreciate everybody who's supported my music and just my journey with it. You know, I look back at so many of my friends and just family and kind individuals who have seen what I was doing and really have supported it and got on board. So I just appreciate anyone who's even viewing this and watching, and I hope you continue to do that. And thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Zach.
Absolutely.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Cheers. Now, before I send it back to Ken, I just want to make a personal note. Thank you all so much for watching. We do this because we love it, and all these young fellas are so talented, and country music is in great hands, and we got some great talent. You heard some great songs today, and please do go out and support them, because this is the future of music. These folks have dedicated their lives and, made some hard choices to move to Nashville. So we want to certainly, support them. So I'm your old buddy, Max T. Barnes, and thank you for joining us. And I want to make a few, mention a few folks here. I want to say a special thanks to Shelley Mullins for putting this together. Thank you, Shelley. And thank you to Ken Mathiasen and Jeff McCoy, or Jeff Jeff McMahon. I'm sorry, Jeff. I've just made you famous, or I've ruined my career. I don't know. Jeff McMahon, I do what I can. And Ken's wife, Kathy, thanks you for the pizza and the beers. It's been a great day. And I hope you all really enjoyed this. And thank you so much. God bless all of you. I'm just going to send it back over to Ken. And thank you all so much. God bless.
Thank you very much, Mac. That's a heck of a job, and I sure appreciate it. And thank you, Zach. That was a great song. I just want to say before we finish, all four of these guys, Kevin McCoy started out, followed by Blaine Younger, then Matt Phil Green, and then Zach. These guys are so talented, but they're also very good people, and I appreciate that. And I think that's what's going to differentiate these guys from so many others, because they're well-rounded, they were brought up right, and they know right from wrong. But But anyway, again, getting back to the thanks, Shelly, great job. Jeff, excellent job. Thank you, Country Stampede, Wayne, Shelby, for doing this. This all came together in just 3 or 4 days, it seems like, and you guys pulled it off. So good job. So, Max, can't appreciate you enough. Hope to see you soon. So I'm signing off now. Thank you, everybody. Go to the Stampede, buy tickets, and vote. Keep voting for these guys. There's a few more days left. All right.